So in 2.1.4, Legend of Acrius has received two very big buffs. It got a range increase in both PvP and in PvE by 0.5 meters, and it also got a PvE damage increase by 50%. Now, for some of those that don't know, Legend of Acrius is a heavy shotgun located in our power slot, and it kind of took backseat throughout all of Forsaken. Matter of fact, it took backseat, I would say, as early as Warmont, as soon as we got the Ikelos shotgun. That is until this sandbox. So first up, let's talk PvP. The kill range for Acrius is 9 meters. I tried it at 10 meters, and at 10 meters, for some reason, your shot just outright disappears. Like, you don't even tickle your opponent. So 9 meters is the furthest kill range for Acrius right now, at least here on console. Now, Acrius does what it always could do. It shuts down supers with ease, and it can chain multi-kills inside of Crucible, all from the hip. A lot of these shots here, I'm just shooting straight from the hip. And that range buff is super noticeable. A lot of these shots, I know I wouldn't have landed pre 2.1.4, but as you can see, Acrius is landing shots no problem. Now, I know the question comes up, why use Acrius over something like Tractor Cannon if you're purely just trying to take down a super? I'm not sure. They both pretty much do the same thing. I think Tractor Cannon probably takes down supers better. Acrius is just better at dealing with both supers and just regular guardians in terms of just like 1v1 duels, especially shotgun battles. So overall, Acrius is definitely benefiting from this range buff in Crucible. But where this weapon is really going to shine for you now is in PvE. For my PvE players, you will be very pleased to know that Legend of Acrius is now the top dog amongst all shotguns. First up, let's talk about damage values. Acrius shoots 15 pellets when it's shot. Now, if all 15 pellets are body shots, we're looking at 10,470 damage per shot on someone like Greg. Now, if I happen to land all crits, that damage jumps up to 11,506. Now, to compare this to something like Threat Level, which is a kinetic shotgun from the new raid, Threat Level is hitting 2,649, and with Trench Barrel, it's hitting 3,972. Again, this is all from landing crits. Ikelos is hitting 2,523, and with Trench Barrel, it's hitting 3,783. It does 5% less damage than Threat Level because it is in our energy slot. Now, let's talk total damage as well as damage per second. Threat Level holds 21 shots, and if you were to activate Trench Barrel for all 21 shots, you could have a total damage of 83,412. Now, Legend of Acrius holds 11 shots for a total damage of 126,566. Now, it takes 12.41 seconds to fire all of our Acrius shots, and only 6.3 seconds to fire all of our Threat Level shots. And so, based on those numbers, it seems that the damage per second for Threat Level is better than Legend of Acrius, but it's actually not, because every time you have to stop and activate Trench Barrel, that's extending that time frame even more. So realistically, Threat Level actually has 9,460 damage per second. So overall, Legend of Acrius is doing more total damage as well as more damage per second, despite it having a much slower rate of fire than something like Threat Level. So guys, there you have it. Legend of Acrius is finally worth using. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.